Well, hello, how are you? I want to talk to you today about how to get out of your own way. This is a very important topic that I've been sharing with people in my community and in my personal life, my private life, my business life. Been talking to my own coach about this for myself. So, the things that I'm going to share with you today are things that I have learned on my journey of being alive for 48 years. And as I've been coaching people, I've been learning a lot about what keeps people stuck and how we continue to trip over our own feet and stay in our own way. So grab a pen, grab some paper, grab some water, buckle up. It's going to be a little bit of a ride. It's going to be a little bumpy. So let me, first of all, explain to you what I mean about getting in your own way. What is getting in your own way? Because we do this, but we don't always know that we're doing this. And some people call it self sabotage. But even if you don't know what those terms mean, self sabotage, take a look at what you do every day. Take a look at the way that you set yourself up for success or not, right? I'll give you an example. One of the things that I do now for myself, I get up in the morning early. First thing I do is go to the restroom. First thing. In the restroom, I have these baskets, not baskets, shelves. They're shelves, but they kind of look like cubbies. Like, you remember when you were in school, you would just throw your backpack in the cubby and there's no door on it. You can just see what's in the cubby. So at the bottom cubby are my tennis shoes with a pair of socks, with a pair of yoga pants, with a sports bra and another sports bra because I need to, and a top and a little jacket. And that's it. So what that does to me, when I go to the restroom early in the morning and I look over and I see my shoes and I see my workout clothes, what that tells me is, hello, before you do anything else, put your exercise clothes on and go to the gym. That conversation happens in my mind now. But when I first started my exercise journey, I wasn't that conscientious about it because I was just kind of meandering through life, letting things happen, letting life just go by day. Now I'm intentional about my workout. So it happens right after I brush my teeth. I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I put my workout clothes on, and I'm out the door. Because I know if I allow myself to slip even a little bit, I'm not going to the gym. If I'm not at the gym by 9 or 8:30, I'm not going. Right? Sometimes it's a really super early day and I need to be at the gym by 6:30 or 7. And I'm like, okay, gotta go, gotta get it done. But I already know. I know how I get in my own way. And so I put my exercise clothes there. My shoes are there. My sports bras are there. There's no excuse why I can't get up, put my clothes on, and go to the gym. My keys are in a certain spot. My water bottle is in a certain spot, and my headset. And those three items are right next to each other in the kitchen. So I go to the bathroom, I put on my exercise clothes, I go to the kitchen, I see my headset, I see my water bottle, and I see my keys. And I get my ass up and I go to the gym. And that's how it works out for me in the morning. Now, how did I create this little routine? Because I was failing so miserably years ago at taking care of my body, I got tired of it. And I was feeling like I was pregnant when I wasn't even pregnant. And I was having problems with my neck and my back when I was not even that old. Like, I'm only 48 now, but I started having all these ridiculous ailments. I mean, heartburn off the chain because I was eating after midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. What the hell? I had to stop and take a look at myself in the mirror and say, what are you doing? Why are you doing? You need to stop, and you need to create a whole new system for yourself to where you will stop, right? And so I learned how to count calories. Yes, I counted calories, and I created a food diary / journal for a whole 12 months. And I went from like size 20, because I was a size 20 when I first started this process. And it took me like some years, it took me like 3 or 4 years to get down to a size 10, which is where I wanted to be. Now I'm like a 12/14 on a good day because I have expanded. I've gained some more weight, right? Because I do a lot of this. And so right now I'm actually cracking the whip on myself again. And I'm going back to some of those dietary things that I had stopped doing. But what I'm telling you is the workout part of it, I had to master the art of forcing myself to go to the gym. So the way that I mastered the art of forcing myself to go to the gym is by having my clothes in the bathroom, not even in the bedroom, because what I would do, see, I know myself. I try to play games and I have to catch myself, right? If I were to keep my workout clothes in my bedroom, I would probably keep them somewhere where I couldn't find them easily, right? But see, I keep my workout clothes in the bathroom because they really don't belong there. So it's kind of like this thing in my brain, like, my brain is like, why are these clothes here? And then the other part of me is like, don't act stupid like you don't know. Get your exercise clothes on and go to the gym. And so that works for me. That's a brain hack for myself. It gives me, it's a cue. It says, okay, your clothes are here, put them on and go. It's automatic now. I don't even think about it. I get up, go to the restroom, brush my teeth, put my exercise clothes on, done, go to the gym. When I come back, take a shower, get something to eat, start my day, right? Before I completely start the day, get out my journal, write out whatever it is that I'm going to write out, affirmations or whatever. Do that. Okay. And then I start my day and start serving and helping other people after I've already poured into myself. So that is just a part of my success routine. How did I used to get in my own way though? I used to get in my own way because I was not organized. My clothes were just everywhere. My shoes, I didn't know where my shoes were. The socks, I didn't know where the socks were. They were just all over the place, unorganized. Right? So that didn't help me. Okay? So that covers the exercise. The diet part of it, when I was really on my A game, A diet, I was up cooking every other day. I went vegan for 45 days. So I learned how to cook really well with herbs and spices and fresh fruit and fresh veggies and tofu. And I was really, really, really like, way tight, right? But it was because I had created a routine. Even with going to the grocery store, there were certain places I would go to the produce first. I had everything super organized, structured. Produce, this, that, boom, out with a list, right? There was no meandering around, because when I meander, I buy too many snacks. And when I buy too many snacks, I gain too much weight. And when I gain too much weight, I don't really feel good. And I sleep too much and I get really lazy. So because I know this about myself, I had to figure out a success routine for myself to get out of my own way. And it's the same thing for you. If you're watching me, if you're listening to me, if you've been in my world for a while, you know that in order to write a book, you don't need more time. You don't need more energy. You don't need more money. You need more focus. Focus, 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 focus. You need to be focused on the goal. And so, what I teach my clients how to do is set a timer for 10 minutes a day and sit down and write every day. You're developing your writing muscle. Okay. Once you sit down and you train yourself to write for 10 minutes a day, that's going to become a really good success routine for yourself. You're going to automatically start wanting to write for 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour a day. Some of my clients are up to 2 hours a day, and I'm like, wow, that's incredible. Because you train yourself to get into the space of creativity. And it all starts with 10 minutes in the journal. You could actually start it with 5 minutes if you really are like strapped for time. 5 minutes is the same effect. Sit down, crank it out, crank it out, crank it out, crank it out. Okay. Now, once you have enough content and you feel like, you know what? I want to start getting this content organized and structured, then you get your outline and you start putting, it's like puzzle pieces, taking a part from here, putting it there, taking a piece from here, putting it there. You put it in your outline. Okay. You make sure your outline is smooth, structured, looking good. And there you go. Okay. How do you get in your own way? You get in your own way when you start saying, I don't have time to write. You start letting that part of your brain that makes excuses, you start letting that talk to you, and it gets louder and louder and louder. You can't allow that brain, that negative thinking. Oh, I don't have time. I don't. Like anytime you hear yourself say, oh, I don't have enough time. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, I don't have enough energy. Oh, I don't have enough enthusiasm. Oh, I don't have enough motivation. Oh, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not thin enough. Whatever you're not enough, that's a lie. Stop telling the lies to yourself. Don't tell the lies. Stay out of the lies, right? Start thinking to yourself, okay, how can I get this done? How can I achieve this? See, from 2011 to 2012, I wanted to lose 50 pounds, right? I only ended up losing 40 pounds that year. But then I gave myself another year and another year and another year. And I was like, okay, let me not base it on pounds. Let me base it on size. So that worked out way better because I was like, okay, now I'm a size 20. Okay, now I'm a size 18. Now I'm a size 16, 14, 12, and 10. 10 was my max. I was like, yeah. Once I got to 10, I was like, oh, hey. But I had to do that by getting my journal and writing in it, like, what did I want to look like? What did I want to feel like? Like, how was my energy going to be different, right? And then I started going into magazines and pulling out body parts. I was like, I want so-and-so's arms. I started looking at celebrities. I want so-and-so's arms. I want so-and-so's back. I want the other person's thighs. I want her legs. I want this, that. I'll keep my own boobs because I always like my own boobs. But I basically did like a Build-A-Bear. I did a my body, and I put it on a vision board. And I put that vision board in my bedroom, and I looked at it every morning, every noon, and every night. And then I got my book, my Think and Grow Rich book. And it says in there the success formula on how to make more money. You set the goal, the definite amount of money that you want, the time period that you think it's going to take you to get it. And then what are you going to give up in exchange for the money? So I did the whole Think and Grow Rich. I did the whole diet and exercise. I did the whole body, mind, soul transformation. And I did it within about 2.5 years. And then, so that was 2011, 2012, 2013. And I carried that all the way up, actually until today, because I'm not too far off from where I wanted to be. I wanted to be at 10, but then I was like, I got to a 10, and I was like, that's not realistic. Like, I'm not really going to walk around as a 10. So then I got to a 12, and now I'm like a 14, and I'm cool, I'm comfortable. But I was like, when I was going through that thought process of, what would be my ideal, right? I had to get out of my own way. And I also had to call people and ask people questions about how to eat better, how to exercise better, right? I had a wellness coach at that time who helped me with yoga and Pilates, because I didn't know how to do yoga or Pilates. I had friends that helped me cook. I have friends who love to cook. And then I used to do the Pampered Chef thing. So I would have my Pampered Chef friend come over and do a whole cooking thing, healthy style, right? And so I got support from lots of people, and I got out of my own way, right? So what are you doing right now that's causing you to be stagnant? And here's how you know. If you step on the scale and you don't like that number, you're getting in your own way. If you open up your bank account and you don't like that number, you're getting in your own way. If you look to the left and you look to the right and your relationships are a hot freaking mess, you're getting in your own way. If you're not growing at work, you're not progressing, or maybe you are growing and progressing. Maybe you're doing pretty well at work. Hey, Lady Shay, welcome. Whoa, I love it. Maybe you're doing well and you're progressing at work and you're actually climbing the ladder and you're doing good. But for some reason, you're not getting the promotion, or you just don't feel all the way fulfilled. Like you're using all of your gifts and talents, right? Maybe you're feeling that way. Well, you're probably getting in your own way, right? If you're still single, this is gonna hurt a little bit. A little bit, just a little bit. If you're still single and you keep dating and you keep attracting the same old type of character over and over and over again, how do I know? Because I've been there. I ain't saying nothing that I haven't dealt with. You still single, and you can't get the right person who's going to be there as a support system, to cheer you on, as a cheerleader, to pour into you, da 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 da. There's something about you where you're getting in your own way, right? If you've been wanting to start a business and you just can't seem to get it together, you're in your own way. If you're trying to write that book and you still can't get it out into the world, I mean, it's on your computer, you've looked at it multiple times, you've thought about it, other people have been asking you about it, but you just still can't get that information out of your head, out of the computer, into a book, into the world for somebody else to read. You're in your own way, and here's how you get out. Okay, I'm gonna break down 3 steps for you to get out. Okay, you ready to get out of your own way? Raise your hand and say, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm done. This is ridiculous. Yo, this is totally ridiculous. Like, I've said that to myself multiple times. By the way, for those of you that are on different platforms other than YouTube, please go to YouTube, subscribe to my channel. It's Your First Book 101. I am growing this channel, and I appreciate y'all that are on there helping me grow this channel. I love sharing content. I love teaching what I know, reading, writing, listening, speaking, publishing, books. That's my expertise. I love sharing on this stuff. So if you love this content and you're enjoying this, click subscribe. Send this video to a friend so they can subscribe too. That way I can get up to 1,000 and I can start monetizing this account and creating even more and more and more content for you. Okay. All right. So there's going to be three things I'm going to tell you. So get your pen and paper so you can write these three things down. There's three things I want you to do, and they stack up on top of each other. Three things I want you to do to stop getting in your own way. Okay? Stop tripping over your feet. And this is what I used to do to myself. Stop throwing spaghetti at the wall, praying that it sticks. Stop doing that. Stop scratching your head like, what? What's going on? What's happening? Like trying to figure it all out by yourself. Anything that you want to do that's great and amazing and fantabulous, you have to do it with some other folks, with some other help, with some other resources. You have to be resourceful, okay? Quick story before I give you these three steps. I used to work at a middle school. I was a middle school history teacher. I taught 7th grade, 8th grade. I also taught this class called AVID. And so I was at this school for some years, and I had tons of friends. And one of the friends came up to me one day and was like, hey, do you want to do a mud run? And I was like, no. Straight up, no. And she was like, what? It's going to be so much fun. Everybody's doing it. Da, 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 da. I was like, no, thanks. Doesn't sound fun at all. I'm not trying to. And at that time, I had long, beautiful braided hair. And so I was not trying to get my hair muddy. So the days went on, and, she was rah, excited about it. And then I started hearing more about it from my other friends at work, and to the point where there was like 5 people in my face. Are you going to do the mud run? And I was like, no. And then one of my friends, who was a really good close friend, she was like, I heard you're not going to do the mud run. What's up with that? And I was like, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to mess my hair. All these excuses. And she was like, I'll do it with you. And I was like, okay. All of a sudden, my frown turned upside down, and I felt motivated and inspired because she said she was going to do it with me. And she did. And not only did we all do it, like there was a group of us from work that did it, but we all encouraged each other, supported each other. We lifted each other up. We did like a countdown. It was like a month away. And everybody was like, oh, we only have 20 days left until the mud run. We got 10 days left into the mud run. And I was like, these people are really excited about this freaking mud run. So I wasn't excited about the mud run, but I was excited about being with my friends. And I was excited about being encouraged and motivated. And I loved the fact that they were cheering me on and they were pouring into me, which is so what I needed at that time, because I was trying to pour into everybody else and I wasn't getting a lot of support for me. And so when my friends started saying, you can do this, it's 3 miles, you can do it. You don't have to run. You can walk, you can jog, you can crawl on the ground. And so I did all of those. They were like, it's going to be crazy fun. We're going to take pictures. We're going to post. And I was just like, I was really nervous about it, but I felt secure because my friends were doing it. And so whatever it is that's crazy in your life that you want to accomplish, like speaking on stage or writing in a book or whatever, you got to have a group of comrades around you who are locking arms with you. Like, come on, we're going to do this. And this is going to be awesome. And we're going to get kicked in the face and it's going to be hard, but we'll be together, right? Like that's what always inspired me to do hard things, because I always had people. Whenever I stepped up to a new level, I had people who were like, we're going to do hard things. This is going to suck, but we're going to do it together. Like whatever it is, if you tell me that, I'm in. If you tell me that you're going to be with me and we're going to be together, I'm in. I don't care what it is. Because the worst thing in the world is to try to do something hard by yourself, right? You ain't going to do nothing by yourself. And so this is why I say, get out of your own way, get out of your own head and start moving forward in life. So here's what you do. Number 1, first thing, sit down with a pen and a piece of paper and write down all the things that you've ever wanted to do in your life. Just go crazy. A list of 50, a list of 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever. Just write a long list of all the things that you ever wanted to do. The places that you wanted to go, the things that you wanted to see, the food that you wanted to taste, right? That beautiful, amazing romantic date. Describe it. How you want your body to look, how much energy you want. Write it all down. That's step one. Write it all down. Okay? So you got all of these fantabulous ideas of all these things that you want to do. And it's like, wow, you look at it and you're like excited and really energized. And then you kind of sit back and you start to feel like, damn, like defeated, like, oh, that's a lot. There's a lot that I haven't done, right? So you kind of start feeling a little depressed. And then here's what you do. You flip the page, turn the page, okay? Now you're going to write down all of the things that you do to yourself to guarantee your failure. Okay. What are some of the things you do? For me, it was eating all the way up to midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. If it was Thanksgiving week and I didn't have to be to work the next day, I was eating all the way up to 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was almost 200 pounds. So that's probably why that 200 came out of my mouth. I was like, 200. I was almost 200 pounds. I was like 185, 195 at my biggest. And, you know, people who see me now can't believe that because it's like, what? 200 pounds? That don't make it make sense, right? It didn't make sense because I was a whole different person. So write down a list of all the things that you've done to self-sabotage yourself. So me, it was always overeating, oversleeping. I would take naps, but I would take ridiculous naps, like close to bedtime. Like, why would you take a nap close to bedtime? And then it's hard for you to actually go to bed on time. Like that. This is just stuff that I found myself doing. And I was like, why am I doing this? I had to stop and reverse engineer that and understand what was behind that. And once I figured out what was behind that, I could go ahead and stop it. Okay. All right. So you wrote a list of all the things that you've ever wanted to do that were amazing. Then you wrote a whole list of things that you do to sabotage yourself, like overeating, oversleeping, over drinking, starting arguments and fights with people for no reason, right? Engaging in gossip, not doing your assignments on time, procrastinating, getting failing grades, poor attendance, whatever it is, being late to work. Ooh, that's how you really know you messing yourself up. When you late to work and that's going to affect your money. Not serving clients at a high level like you normally would. That's a form of self-sabotage, right? Not taking care of your appearance, not getting a haircut, not getting, your regular grooming that you would normally do. When you start slipping, gaining weight, your stomach looks like you're pregnant. These are little self-sabotaging behaviors that cause you to slip back into failure. Okay? You slip back and it's a slippery slope. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's little tiny baby steps of what you've been doing to roll yourself backwards. Okay? So you've written out all the things that you've ever wanted to accomplish. Then you wrote out the ways that you self-sabotaged and stopped yourself from doing it. The next thing is you need to go get professional help. You need to go talk to a therapist and get help figuring out why you're doing all that stuff. Okay. Hire a wellness coach. I've hired multiple wellness coaches for me to help me get to where I need to be in terms of physicality. Amazing, right? Start going to church, start going to talk to the minister, talk to whoever you need to talk to that's going to help you get your spiritual practice back in order. Go talk to them. Okay. Go to a career coach. If you want to shift and pivot and do a different career, go talk to a career coach. Go to a university and sit down at the career center and just ask someone to look over your resume. Sometimes they'll do that for free. You should be getting your resume. If you're over 30, you should be having someone. Ooh, let me see. Ooh, girl, you got me going through a therapy session with these steps, but I'm here for it. Yes. What's up, Lady Shay? Thank you. I so appreciate you. Yeah, the therapy was a game changer. The therapy is the thing. My therapist was the person who told me that I needed to get that journal and start writing in my journal. And then once I started writing in my journal, oh my gosh, then I could see the problem. It became so apparent. Oh, that's what I'm doing to myself. Oh, oh boy, yikes. Like, I got some issues. I got some issues for my tissues. And so there was a lot of crying, a lot of tears. But once I figured out like who I needed to go to for help for the next step, it was a game changer. So you're writing all this stuff down, everything you ever wanted. Then you're writing down all the things that you do to self-sabotage yourself, right? And then you're going to talk to a professional. You don't have to show them the whole list of what you wrote out, but you just have some talking points. So when you sit with the therapist, you just let them know, hey, this is how I've been feeling, da, 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 da. And they can ask you some questions to extract a little bit more and go a little bit deeper. When you decide what part of yourself you want to work on, you could work on your mind, body, and soul at the same time, or you could take a year to focus on whatever aspect. Just make sure you're trying to pull it together. Baby steps. Baby steps are steps. Every day you should be doing something really small, or it could be something big, but start out small because that's sustainable. You can drink more water. You can fill this up 3 times a day, 4 times a day, and drink water. When I used to go out to happy hour with my teacher friends, oh, we were good about the happy hours. We used to go out once a month for happy hours. And my rule was, because I knew I had to drive myself home. So, and even the times that I didn't, that I had someone drive me, I still did this. So for every cup or glass of alcohol, I would drink 2 glasses of water so that I would still stay hydrated, because I had an issue, and I still do, with becoming easily dehydrated. And I know that I also have to take iron because my iron gets low. So you got to know these things about yourself. So every time we hung out anywhere, somebody's house, somebody's bar, restaurant, whatever, I would have my 1 glass of alcohol and my 2 glasses of water. And then if I had another glass of alcohol, I had another glass of alcohol with 2 more glasses of water. So that's 4 glasses of water and 2 glasses of alcohol. And then I was good. I'm not no heavy drinker. Like, I'm a lightweight. So 2 drinks, that's enough. I'm done. I'm ready to go home, go to sleep. Right. And I've always been that way. So what you have to do is you have to know you, boo. And you have to set boundaries and set parameters around your behavior to make sure that you're successful, right? I knew that if I didn't drink enough water, I was going to be the girl in the bathroom throwing up in the toilet. Or the girl on the floor, and everybody had to babysit the whole night. So I wasn't trying to do that. So I was mature enough to say, okay, I have to drink 2 glasses of water for every 1 glass. I'm only having 2 drinks, done. And I could sit there and party and have fun and hang out and talk and all of that, because that's what worked for me. You might be able to have 5 drinks. Who knows? That's on you. You might not be able to have even 1 drink. That's on you. You need to know you. That's what I'm saying. You need to get out of your own way. Whatever it is that you're doing that's stopping you from having fun with your friends and family, stopping you from having success, stopping you from making money, stopping you from having more romance, whatever it is, stopping you from climbing the ladder at work, starting the business, finally writing the book, whatever it is that's stopping you, You have to figure out a way to get out of your own way. Okay. And that's going to be easy for you if you have someone who's not you showing you your flaws, putting a mirror up in front of you saying, oh, nah, boo. Mm-mm. And I'm not talking about somebody who's just mean as hell. Like those people that are just super brutally honest. Like they might be telling the truth, but they're not really giving you a recommendation or a suggestion on how to fix it, right? You want to hang out with those people. You want to hang out with folks who will give you an honest and open assessment of what they see, and then they will give you some support on how to fix it, right? Get with the friend who always prints out articles about health, right? They've got health articles, they've got recipes, they've got books for you to read to actually be a better person, right? Hang out with the person that takes you to church with them and says, hey, let's go to church. Let's hang out. We're going to go to dinner after or lunch or whatever. Get coffee after church. Let's go. I want to pray with you. Hang out with those people. I want to study with you. I want to pray with you. I want to lift you up, right? I want to help you out. Don't hang out with those people who are like, we should hang out all weekend and get wasted. We should just waste time doing nothing. Like, don't hang out with those people. Hang out with people who are also trying to do really hard things. Okay. Hang out with other people who are starting businesses or who already have businesses that are way far ahead of yours. Okay. Hang out with people who already have books, who've already written multiple books and they've been successful and their books are selling. Hang out with those people. Hang out with the people who are doing the mud runs, doing the 5Ks, doing the half marathons. Like, I love marathoners. Like, wow, I will never do it, but I will watch and I will cheer. I'll do a 5K and be done. But I'll cheer for you. Know who you are, know what you want, know where your lane is, stay in your lane, but also challenge yourself to do something different and hang out with people who are different. Learn a new language. It's 2024. It's the year of more. Get out of your own head. Get out of your own way. Hire a professional. Go talk to a professional. Put yourself out there. What do they mean by put yourself out there? Put yourself out to where you can be criticized. You can get some feedback. You can hear some comments that probably hurt your feelings. And that's okay. It's like a Band-Aid. Do you want somebody to take the Band-Aid off slow? Or do you want somebody just to go, girl, take that off, Which one? I prefer the friend who's like, girl, come here. Take that Band-Aid off. Don't you feel better? I feel so much better. You don't want to hang out with the person who's like, oh, let me just take the Band-Aid off slow. That's going to be so painful. So pick people who will really inspire you, will lift you up, encourage you, speak life into you. But they're also going to point out your mistakes and your flaws. But they're also going to give you a whole bunch of resources. And they're going to say, look, read this. It's going to help you. Hey, I found this audio tape. I found this YouTube video. This is going to really help you with what you're struggling with right now. This is something that you really need to hear. You trying to make more money? Listen to this. You trying to have a better relationship? Listen to this. There is no excuse for not being able to achieve your dreams in 2024. You have more resources than ever in the history of mankind. You have YouTube videos, you have social media, you have books galore. There is no reason why you should not be living your best life. You have so many options. There's even affordable therapy now. Who knew? Therapy used to just be for the rich folks, right? Remember that? Just like microwaves, just for the rich folks. Just like baths. Oh, that's just for the rich folks. Just like reading books. Oh, that's only for the rich folks. Learning the Bible. It used to just be in Latin, only for the top echelon of people who could read and understand. And now we all have resources at our fingertips. You're watching this video at your fingertips, right? You can share this video with someone else who you know needs it, and it's at their fingertips, right? And so that's how you get out of your own way. You sit down and you write down the things that you want to accomplish in your life. Okay. Flip the page. And then you write down all the things that you're doing to block yourself, to sabotage yourself from getting there. Okay. Flip the page. And then you write down the people who can actually support you and help you overcome all that stuff that you've been doing. And I guarantee if you get into a community and you lock arms with a mentor and you work towards your goal, little baby steps at a time, you will stop getting in your way. You won't even understand how you were doing that in the first place. You'll be like, why was I so unsuccessful? I don't even remember. I got these cool friends. I got this amazing mentor. I don't even know how to not be a success, right? I'm making the money I want. I got the body I want. I have enough people around me who are supportive with positive energy. Man, life is good, right? Life is so good. Like, that's what you should be thinking right now. You should be thinking, life is so good. But if you're not, then there's something that you're doing where you're getting in your own way and you need to stop. Use this 3-step formula. And if you know that you know that you know you need a community and you need a mentor, I've got both. For those of y'all that have been watching me for a while, you already know I've written multiple books on my own. I've helped over 50 authors write their books and create their book business and expand their brand, right? I've already done that. I also have a community of about 700 people who come to me for inspiration, motivation, and transformation, right? Thriving community of folks who have a ton of questions and are out there doing the work, not just coming and asking questions over and over again and not doing anything. But the people in my tribe are out there writing their ideas, trying different things, getting information, going out, trying it again, making mistakes, failing forward, right? And guess what? We're all in this together, because we're all trying to be a better person every single day. So if you know that you have an idea and you want to put it in a book and you've been struggling to get it out, like I was pregnant for 12 years with my book. And once I finally wrote the damn book, then I felt like, whew, now I can live. Like, oh, I can breathe. I feel so much lighter. Like, whoo, all that was off my mind. Put it into a book. And then people started asking me, can you help me write my book? And at first I was like, nah, I was a little resistant because I was just, my thinking was, I was thinking very limited, right? And one of my mentors told me, when you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. And so I was like, oh, whoa, okay. So I need to stop arguing for my limitations so I can stop keeping all these excuses. Like, wow. And that's what happens when you start talking to experts and you start connecting with people who are authors and coaches and speakers and mentors and gurus. they start to echo back to you the words that are coming out of your mouth that don't even make any sense. They start to point out, and it don't feel good at first. They start to tell you that don't even make sense. Like, what are you talking about? Did you hear what just came out of your mouth? And you're like, because if you're in a room and you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get a new room, because it's not healthy for you to always be around people who know less than you. You need to be around people who know more than you. That's how you grow and you expand and you get better. And you just are able to live a happier life, being more fulfilled, right? So if you are someone who's like, man, I need a community, I need a mentor. Like, I'm just out here trying to do this thing myself. I'm tired. I ain't doing this no more. Reach out to me. I'm going to put my email up here. Reach out. Contact at LatashaJemersonLibrary.com. Contact me. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. We'll figure out whether or not I can support you. If I can, I will make you an offer. If I can't, I will give you a resource. It's very simple. I know a ton of people in the self-publishing space who provide different products and services and may be able to help you. We will find out if we have a very simple conversation. If you know that you're ready to hire a coach, then you need to just book a call with me, because we can get right down to the nitty-gritty details. If you've been watching me for a long time and you're like, I already know I need to be in your program, I need to hire you, where's the link? I have a link for you to book a call, and we can dig deep into what it is that you need and how I can support you. Okay? All right. So that's it. That's the formula. Those are the 3 steps on how to get out of your own way. Stop getting in your own way. I promise you, if you sit down and you write down a list of all the things you've ever wanted to do and all the things that have ever stopped you, you will find out that it's you. You can lie and say, oh, it's because, I'm too young and my parents won't let me. Okay, you can use that excuse for a little while. Okay. Or you could say, you know what? It's this 9-to-5 job. It's just stressing me out, man. Okay, you can use that excuse for a little while. Oh man, these kids, my parents, my spouse. Oh man, this alcohol that I'm drinking, this food. Okay. You can use those excuses for a little while. Pretty soon you run out of excuses. And all you're left with is you in the mirror like this. Boom. And then what? It comes a time in every woman's life where she's got to look in the mirror and say, it's you, boo. Now what we gonna do? Come up with a plan, come up with a strategy. And if you need help, reach out. That's probably the biggest part of getting out of your own way, is to admit that you're in your own way and to get a coach to pluck you out of that mindset. A lot of this is just mindset, and mindset is huge, because when you're by yourself, you start to try to coach yourself. You can't coach yourself. You can coach yourself to a certain extent. You can't do surgery on yourself, right? You could do your own hair, but it's so much better. It's such a better experience to have someone else do it, right? Like, allow yourself to be served by someone else. Allow yourself to be led and guided and coached and taught by someone else. It's arrogant. It's very arrogant for you to believe that you can do everything yourself. It's very arrogant. It's very foolish. I'll just put it that way. It's very arrogant. It's very foolish to think that you can get through life and be very super successful and happy and filled with joy by yourself. It's foolish. Hey, KG, what's up? You know, it's very foolish. You can't do these things by yourself. You can't be super successful at a high level like you want to. You cannot expand and grow and live up to your potential the way you want to. You gotta have a team. You gotta have people in your corner who are pouring into you and understand what you need to succeed. And you have to be honest because you don't know everything. And so you have to be coachable and teachable and ready to learn more and do better so you can be better. All right. Okay. For those of you that just came in, go back and watch this video. It's 50 minutes. Watch it multiple times because you have different things that you're doing in your life which are causing you to be blocked and delayed, and you need to stop it. But you don't know until you do this 3-step formula. You got to do some writing. You got to dig deep. You really have to investigate and study yourself. And once you do that, then you can go ask for help because you'll know what you need help with. A lot of people come to me and they're like, well, I want to write a book, but I don't know how, what I want it to be about. And I'm like, okay, stop. Let me give you a worksheet to go do for homework. And when you figure out what you need, then you can come to me and we can talk about it. You need to know that you know that you know what you need. Because if you know, then I can help you, or I can send you to someone who can help you. I'm not going to have you sit here talking in circles about how you have all these 15,000 book ideas. I know because I'm an author and I do too. I have 15,000 ideas, but I'm not going to publish all those books because not all those books are going to sell, and not all those books, people are not going to care about all those books. So let's get laser focused on the book that is actually going to sell. How about that? Right? Let's talk about the book that's relevant and timely. Let's talk about the book that gives you credibility in the marketplace. Let's talk about that, right? But you got to be ready for that conversation. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with y'all today. If you have any questions, just email me, contact@LatashaJemersonLibrary.com. If you know that you're ready to hire a coach, I'll drop a link so you can book a call, get on my calendar, and we can roll. Okay? All right. Have a beautiful evening, afternoon, morning, wherever it is that you are in the world. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.